What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the Raikou counter guide for Pokemon Go to make sure you know the 100% IVs, the best moveset, how to take this Pokemon down to make sure you guys get a shiny, hopefully 100% IV, and maybe the combination of the two. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how are you guys doing on Entei in Pokemon Go? Did you guys get the shiny? Did you get 100% IV? I can't wait to get into Raikou. I absolutely love this Pokemon. It's an all-electric type Pokemon, which we'll get into in a second. But before we do so, if you guys need raids, pin comments below for either my Discord or you want to take it up to the next level and get more raids with more intimate group of trainers, you can definitely do that as well. That's going to be the Patreon, and it's also linked in the comments below. So now we're going to get into the Raikou counter guide in Pokemon Go. So Raikou is going to take over for Entei on Sunday, January 31st at 10 a.m. local time. And then it's going to go all the way until Thursday, February 4th at 10 a.m. local time. So we have 5 days to get after Raikou. Love the shiny. It's absolutely amazing. So this Pokemon is going to be an electric type Pokemon. It has an attack value of 241 and a stamina at 207. So it's not super attack heavy. It's a little bit more on the attack though. And it's not super stamina and defense based either. It's kind of even keeled overall, but it is relatively powerful. And it does get some pretty boss movesets. It is going to be weak to one thing, a single weakness to ground, and then it's gonna have 3 resistances, which is going to be electric, flying, and steel combination, which then is gonna lead us into the 100% IVs. So this Pokemon, 1972, is gonna be the level 20 100% IV. It's gonna be that for every single condition except one condition, which is going to be rainy weather. Rainy weather is gonna boost it to level 25, where you can catch it at 2466. So if you're externally of winter and you're not getting snow, hopefully you get a little bit of rain during this time and you can catch this Pokemon weather boost, which then is gonna lead us into the moveset. As far as the quick moves, it's going to get Thunder Shock and Volt Switch combination. Volt Switch is going to be a pretty hard hitting move as far as the quick moves goes, and then Thunder Shock is gonna be a little bit more spammy. And as far as the charge move goes, it's going to get 3 electric and 1 off-brand move. So it's going to get Thunder, Wild Charge, Thunderbolt, Wild Charge being the most powerful of those 3 charged electric moves, and then it's going to get Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is kind of like that random move, similar to like the Iron Head of the Entei, that's gonna really hit pretty hard. That move, coming from a legendary raid boss, is very powerful. So regardless of, most of these Pokemon are not gonna resist Ghost, are definitely gonna get hit relatively hard from that moveset. Which then is gonna lead us to how many trainers are we gonna need to take down this Pokemon. So according to Pokebattler, 2.44 trainers. So you're going to need 3 total trainers to take down this Pokemon, and that's under ideal situation. I mean, it should be a semi-relatively, when I say semi-relatively, meaning that you have powered up Pokemon, you're a strong trainer, you have level 40 Pokemon, not just your level 40 and up. Because you can be a level 40 trainer and not have your Pokemon powered up, and that doesn't really mean anything. The relevance of this is to know what power level your Pokemon are at. So definitely start, I would say, with 5 trainers and work your way downwards. But 5 trainers and up, I mean, taking down these Pokemon faster is just an easier way to get through a bunch of stuff. You can start saving up on revives and potions if you do need so. And then obviously it has a shiny render as well. I absolutely love the shiny. I think it's really fantastic. It's like more of an orangey, goldish color as well. So with all that said, now we're gonna start getting into the counter, starting off with the shadow Pokemon, and then we're gonna go into the non-shadows. Let's go. So getting right into the shadows, I'm not gonna cover all of the other Pokemon because that's gonna be in front of it. So just to point out that we have all the way till counter number 6 before a shadow Pokemon comes up, and a Mega as well. So in counter number 6, we have Psycho Cut, Psystrike on a Mewtwo, which is cool because that Pokemon's just strong in general, but the problem is that Pokemon is gonna be incredibly weak to Shadow Ball because it's psychic and it's gonna be weak to Ghost. So that's one problem by using that Pokemon. So I'm not really the biggest fan of using that Shadow Mewtwo here. And then next in counter spot number 7, in the only other Shadow form in the top 10 is going to be Flygon with Mud Shot and Earth Power being the Calm Day move. So honestly guys, the shadow Pokemon in this regard are not super relevant. So now let's get out of the shadow Pokemon and now let's start getting into the non-shadow form. So counter number 1 is going to be Rhyperior. Rhyperior, most of ours probably have Rock Wrecker, so do not TM that away. What I would suggest doing is opening up a second charge move on your Rhyperiors if you choose to use it. The moveset's gonna be Mud Slap and Earthquake. 707 seconds to take this Pokemon down with 14 deaths. Pretty good. It's not going to be weak to any of the moves. Most of these Pokemon in here, unless I denote otherwise in the top 10, are going to be neutral to Shadow Ball, so they are all going to get hit pretty hard, but this Pokemon is going to be double resistant to electric with that ground typing. In counter spot number 2, we have Mud Slap Drill Run on the Excadrill. This Pokemon is also going to be double resistant to the electric. And then we have Mud Shot Earthquake on the Garchomp. This Pokemon in particular is actually going to be triple resistant to electric, with Dragon being 1 time and Ground being 2 times. So this is going to be the tankiest Pokemon. 11 deaths with 709 seconds. So it has 3 less deaths than does the Rhyperior, 2 less seconds to take it down. So in my opinion, this is going to be, as we do check out our parties at the end of the video, our top Pokemon to use in this situation. And then in counter spot number 4, we have Mud Shot Earthquake combination on the Groudon, double resistant to electric. And then we have Mud Shot Earth Power on Landorus, single weak to electric because the double from the ground and the single weak to flying is going to combine and make it single resistant. So it's still going to get hit a little bit harder. And then we have Crocodile with Mud Slap and Earthquake. And then we have Mud Slap Earthquake on the Rhydon. Obviously Rhyperior is a better option if you have a Sinnoh Stone and evolve that, but that one does get Rock Wrecker moveset, so be careful just evolving that one just to evolve it. And like I said, don't TM away Rock Wrecker, not really smart, which then is going to lead us into Mamoswine with the Mud Slap and the Bulldoze combination. And then we have a relatively neutral one. This one is actually going to be resistant Ghost. It's going to be Regigigas, but it needs to have Hidden Power in the ground form and Giga Impact as the move. And since that one is normal, it's actually going to be double resistant to the Shadow Ball. So if you do see the Regigigas popping up in your party, that's going to be why. Then it's going to lead us into Golurk with Mud Slap and Earth Power combination. This one's going to be ground and Ghost combination. Ghost being weak to Ghost is going to get hit really hard with Shadow Ball. And then we have Donphan with Mud Slap and Earthquake. And then we have Mud Slap Earthquake on the Golem. If you guys do choose to use that one is a combination of rock as well as the ground combination. And then we actually have Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar doesn't make too much sense in here, but it's just powerful in general, similar to as we saw the Shadow Mewtwo. That one's going to be Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball combination. That one is also weak to Shadow Ball, so a Shadow Ball coming from this Raikou is going to KO it. So be cautious using that. Not really my recommended Pokemon. And then we have Flygon with Mud Shot and Earth Power. And then we have Confusion Psystrike on the Mewtwo, followed by the Beedrill in the Mega form, obviously, Mega Beedrill. That Pokemon in general is not going to resist electric, and it's also not going to resist Ghost, and it's a little bit glassy, so it's going to get hit really hard. So if you guys do want to check out any of the other counters, we're going to go down on the list. Please stay towards the top if you want to take them out faster, but if you guys do want to check it out, you can, which then is going to lead us into the weather conditions. There's really only a couple weather conditions that are going to be really effective, and the number one is going to be sunny weather. Sunny weather is going to boost all of our ground type counters. So under the sunny weather, we're going to have a lot of fun taking down this Raikou. It's going to go down faster. We're going to get boosts to all of our ground type moves. So definitely using all of our ground type counters, in specific the ground type counters that are also paired with the ground typing, so you get that stab bonus, is going to be the most effective, and most of them, especially in the top, are definitely going to make that up. Which then goes into partly cloudy, no effect. Then we go into cloudy weather, also no effect. But in the rainy weather, we do have an effect. It's going to boost the Raikou, and it's also going to boost all of the electric movesets, which is going to be 2 of the fast moves, and then it's going to boost 3 of the charge moves. So under the rainy weather, the Raikou is going to hit really hard, especially with that Volt Switch and Wild Charge combination. Really, really dominant moves. Then we're going to go on to the snowy weather, no effect. But then we actually have a foggy weather boost because it gets Shadow Ball, so Shadow Ball is going to do damage. And then finally in the windy weather, we're actually going to have no effect. So with all that said, we now have everything we need. Hopefully you guys get the shinies. If you want to see what Shundo rates are in Pokemon Go, what the best way to get Shundos is, you can check that out up here. I just did a video on it to help you guys understand, because a lot of people are feeling FOMO for not having Shundos, but in reality, Shundos are really hard to come by. So what's my ideal parties going to be setting up for? Number one is going to be Garchomp. The reason being is Garchomp is going to be triple resistant to electric. So if you do have all Garchomps, you might as well use that. And like I said, none of them are going to be resisting Ghost in here. They're only going to be weak to Ghost, such as the Golurk, or if you do choose to use the Mewtwo, the Shadow Mewtwo, or the Mega Gengar. Not my first choices because they're not going to be in my parties here. But Garchomp number one, just because it's so resistant, and it's virtually the same as the counter spot number one, which is going to be the Rhyperior. Then what I would put in there is followed by literally in the counters. You can go Garchomps, Garchomps, then we have Rhyperiors. There's no Megas that have good ground moves right now. And then you can go Rhyperior. Excadrill is going to be a little bit more glassy, so be careful putting that Pokemon. If you do have the Rhyperiors and the Garchomps, put them up front to make your parties last longer. And then we're gonna keep moving downwards. You can also put in the Groudon or any of the other top 6 counters, especially because they're pretty readily available, but Garchomp being that number 1. So guys, get out there, hunt the 100% IVs, hunt the shinies, get as many as you can. It's a pretty relevant attacker. Really like this Pokemon. It does sit in the top 3 electric attackers in the game, even though at some point it's going to be taken out by some of the megas and some of the other Pokemon. So I appreciate you guys being here, likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and rating all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.